Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is time for another episode of the Daily Leeds. It is Sunday, the 4th of July. It's the morning after the night before when England, yes, England, secured their place in the semi-final of the European Championship after absolutely battering Ukraine 4-0. Another appearance for Calvin Phillips. Unfortunately, he hasn't played every single minute now because Gareth Southgate made the right decision in bringing him off because he was on a yellow card, which means he will play in the semi-final at Wembley, beaming like a proud dad. But I'm not going to hammer you with a load of England stuff because I got a lot of stick for that last time. But let's get into today's video. We've got loads of transfer rumours for you today, and just everything concerning Leeds United, Elland Road, and Thorp. Before we do get in, as always, please smash a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. We are so close now to 5,000 subscribers. Guys, I promise you, when we hit 5,000, you'll not even another peep out of me until we're close to 10, all right? I know there's a few of you who are like, will you stop mentioning it? When we get to 5K, I'll shut up until we get to 9, and then I'll start talking about 10, yeah? But let's get into today's video. So, guys, we're going to start, first of all, with some transfer news, hot off the press from The Athletic, no less. And let's not forget, Athletic, Phil here is pretty bob on. You know, I hold Athletic up here with the likes of Fabrizio, with Garrett Graham-Smith, you know, Baron Cross, the names that I think, yeah, I'm confident. And a new midfielder has been interested from Huesca as well. It's not Javi Gallen, of course, he's a left back. But apparently Leeds United are interested in former Arsenal midfielder Kelechi Nwakali. Now, he's Nigerian and he currently plays at Huesca. He's got 1 year left on his current deal there, but he's a target for Premier League newbies Watford. And the report also claims that Leeds United are also after the 23-year-old. And listen, if you've got an option between Watford and Leeds, no disrespect to the Hornets, you're picking Leeds United. And apparently, the 23-year-old wants another bash at English football. He was at Arsenal. He was loaned out to a couple of places. VV Venlo. He was over in Holland for a little while. And I've actually got a guy by the name of Marc P, Lamberts, a scout, an analyst, a data analyst, set piece analyst, consultant. I will put his details in the description for his social media page. I reached out yesterday to ask a few Arsenal fans if anyone knew anything about him. And Marc P. Lambert reached out to me and said, listen, I work at VV Venlo. I know him from his time in Holland. So let me tell you about him. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is hand you over to Mark now, and he can give you some more details on Kelechi Nwakali.
So Kelechi Nwakali is a very exciting player. I thought so. He was when he came to the Netherlands in 16-17. He was loaned out to MVV Maastricht inside of Netherlands from Arsenal under 23, and it's a very exciting prospect in my eyes, but a bit hesitant as well because of a lot of players came from Arsenal and Manchester City in that league and didn't always perform the way they should or the way we were expected in that particular league. I think it's a very good league for players from top divisions, under 23s or academy players converting into first teams to get their mark. It's a very attacking league, it's a very technical league. So what you tend to see with those players are they're technically gifted and they can translate that onto the pitch in that particular division, which is the second tier of Dutch football. So what we have seen is that he was very good with MVV Maastricht. They had a very good season, 16-17, which they were, I think, competing for the top places until January. Yeah, he was very good and reading the game, attackingly, getting the ball from the defensive third, making runs into the middle third and attacking third, distributing passes, you know, where he had to be, arriving late in the box, arriving in zone 14 to, you know, be decisive with through passes or shoot for himself. And that ultimately, I thought he was going back to Arsenal, playing with the under 23s, maybe have a shot. You never know, because what do they think of the league in general? And then he was loaned down to the club I worked for, VV Venlo, who were promoted as champions in 16-17 and would play in 17-18 in the Eredivisie. And yeah, what I've seen was very exciting, and we were hoping he would bring that as well to the team, but we're too obvious reasons why that wouldn't be as we hoped. If you go to a higher league, get promoted, it's usually you can't play the same style of football. So it was a very defensive-minded strategy of the team because we wanted to stay up, and that didn't suit Kelechi and his game. So we were not a lot in that attacking third, the place where he was good, attacking wise, and in the central areas of the pitch, we were just trying to block everything. Two defensive midfielders, or double pivot, and yeah, he wasn't used a lot in that role as he played in an attack at MVV the year previously. And the second reason why I didn't click that half year with VV Venlo is that he needed to be focused 90 minutes, because the way we played, it was using that counter-attacking football to produce a chance or produce a goal or whatever, and he would switch off on moments. So at the moments he had the chance to prove himself, he wasn't that particularly good. While I think his way of thinking was ahead of most of the players. We also saw that with other players coming from those leagues. They're technically better. They are quicker in thinking, quicker in looking ahead, understanding the pitch, the pace. But you can't do that if your teammates are not on the same intelligence level, and you have to recognize that as well. So that was a pity, and yeah, he left in January 2018 to go, and then he was loaned out again to MVV, and yeah, it was a pity because I think that if he chose or the management chose a player that would go, that the player would go to a more attacking side in the Eredivisie or like another league, he would have a different career path than he has now. And over the years he has played in Portugal and Spain, obviously. And I think he is still a good player. He's relatively young still, and he has a higher potential than he's playing now. But his lack of concentration at times, and his idea that he wants to show the world that he is very good, is something he needs to work on, and that's a few of the things that scouting departments will look at. So if he works on that, he could potentially be a very good player, but I'm not sure if that will be Premier League instantly. But it's very interesting to see his development if he tackles those kind of problems, and I'm very charmed of his playing style. So yeah, hopefully he can show his worth in another league and fulfill his full potential.
So it's clear that the jury's still out. Thank you very much for that, Mark, by the way. Great insight there from someone who was watching very, very closely and clearly knows his stuff. But it does feel like the jury's still out on Kelechi Nwakali. But again, you don't come through Arsenal's ranks if you're not good. Let's look at Luke Ayling, for example. Perfect example of that. And he had to drop down, and now he's one of the best right-backs in the Premier League. These things happen in football. Kelechi as well, just a little bit of a dig in that I did. As I say, left Arsenal 2 years ago for first-team football, joining the Spanish club Huesca. He's a golden ball winner at the Under-17 World Cup in 2015. And Nwakali was tipped to become the next young star at the Emirates, but it didn't quite materialise. And when he spoke about his decision to leave the Gunners permanently, he told Tribal Football, it was difficult for me to leave because they wanted me to stay. But at the same time, I needed to get a place where I can call my home, where I could continue to develop my game. And it was a dream come true for him to be playing in La Liga with a club like Huesca. Nwakali he's enjoyed his time there and being in the limelight and obviously playing for a club like Huesca. Yes, they've been relegated, and maybe now it's time for him to move on. He does just have 1 year left on his deal at Huesca. And as I say, the Athletic report, he's keen to have another crack at English football. But like Mark's saying, he might not be ready, but the fact Watford are looking, Leeds United, obviously we know our scouting system's pretty bang on, let's be honest. And, look, I don't know a lot about him. I don't want to wax lyrical. That's why I reached out to Matt, who knows a lot more than me. But it's definitely one to keep our eyes on because, as I say, he's a young lad. Could he be being brought in for the under-23s? I'm not sure. Or maybe he's a diamond in the rough. As I say, Arsenal wanted to keep him before he made that move to Huesca. And as I say, The Athletic are reporting that we are chasing the midfielder. So it's one to keep your eyes on. No doubt we'll hear some more about Kelechi Nwakali over the coming days. But I don't know enough about him to say, but like I say, Marc's give us enough information there to go. And it sounds to Marc, he's not quite sure he's ready for the Premier League. So you'd hope that Leeds United ceilings would be a little bit higher. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on Kelechi in the comments. Another big update on Junior Firpo for you. Look, I'm not concerned about Junior Firpo whatsoever. Gillan Balaguer has been speaking about him. And look, he said, look, we didn't see the player at Barcelona. But what Leeds United are getting is a young, energetic fullback that needs space in front of him to make an impact. He's going to get that at Leeds. He's better running with the ball than attacking a static defence, which again, he's going to get. Obviously, he's lost a lot of confidence whilst at Barcelona behind, Jordi Alba. But at Leeds United, he's going to get that in spades. And I bet he can't wait. He's chomping at the bit to play in this Bielsa side. And he is going to come. As I said, our good friends at LUFC Fan Zone gave us a big update yesterday. They were saying they've been speaking to a source close to the player who does not want to be named for obvious reasons. And he has told them the player is not currently in England as we speak. However, he will be early next week and the deal will be made official at the start of next week. I'm expecting Junior Firpo to be announced before Wednesday for me personally. That's just my guess. I did say Friday though, so there you go. Can't always get them right, but I think Junior Firpo, and then we're going to move on to this midfielder. I think the winger's going to rumble on. I had a bit of ITK for come in late yesterday evening, actually telling me that Leeds United aren't confident of getting Matheus Cunha, done. And Fabrizio Romano said about them being issues with regards to the transfer between Hertha and Leeds. So the winger's going to rumble on. The next one's the midfielder. There's been a number linked, Nathi Hernandez. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I know a lot of journalists keep mentioning it, but we're being told over here in England it's not happening. Kelechi Nwakali is a new name, but again, not anyone, even Arsenal fans, know a lot about this kid. I think you'd have to be watching Huesca on the regular to do. If you know any Huesca fans, get them to get in touch. But we've had a great breakdown from his time over in Holland anyway from Marc. Another deal that is close to be done, it's been rumbling on for about a year now, is the signature of Sean McGurk from Wigan. The Wigan teenager is close to a deal, following in the footsteps, of course, of Joe Geldart. Fee of around £175,000 has been discussed, but the transfer may yet be settled by a tribunal. He's an attacking midfielder. He's been tracked for a long time by Leeds United, reporting the interest way back in July of 2020, so almost a year ago. July the 20th, actually. That's a full year since I had a drink, actually. Big shout out. That's a bit mad. But yeah, the English midfielder's contract at Wigan expired earlier this week on June the 30th. But under rules relating to transfers of players under the age of 24 between English clubs, a fee still has to be paid to Wigan for their role in his development, which I think is fair enough, And it looks like McGurk will be moved to Leeds for our under-23 squad. And if when a deal is finally completed, a small six-figure fee could prove to be a bargain for the highly rated 18-year-old, much like it was with Joe Geldart. As I say, he'll follow in Joe Geldart's footsteps. There's a lot of noises around Leeds United that the likes of Geldart, Greenwood may be ready for that step up, and that's why Leeds are going out to further flesh out the under-23s, because how are we going to fit all these players in, guys? So maybe the likes of Somerville, Geldart, Greenwood, they're now ready to, to make that step up to the first team. We'll have to wait and see, but it's exciting times for Leeds United. Another link that I brought you a couple of weeks ago now is Omar Colley from Sampdoria, centre-back. Listen, I don't think there's anything in it because I don't think Leeds United are going for a centre-back, but it's been reported that Leeds United are interested in Omar Colley for around about 10 million. I think West Ham are too, but apparently Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United are yet to make a bid, but are tracking him. I don't see it. It's been reported, so I thought I would bring you the news, but I can't see us going after a centre-back. I spoke to you yesterday as well about Leeds United reigniting their interest in PSV Eindhoven sensation Nani Madawake. Someone helped me with the pronunciation with that, by the way. He used to play at Tottenham, left when he was 16 at PSV. Now Dortmund are interested in as a replacement for Jadon Sancho. Now he's moved across the Pennines, of course. The youngster could cost around 20 million, apparently. And it was reported again today, you know, it's following on that Leeds are looking to reignite their interest in him. Look, if Dortmund are knocking, it ain't going to happen for me personally. And it's the first time we've seen it. I don't think it's a strong link. One thing that is for certain, guys, is that Rodrigo Moreno, Spain's true number 9, should be in that side. Maybe they'd have a chance of winning the Euros if he was, because Morata and Moreno can't hit a barn door. But yeah, Spain's number 9 will be switching his number at Leeds United to number 19. It's a bit of a famous number now. It used to be Pablo Hernandez, so 19 is quite synonymous now at Leeds United. So he's got big shoes to fill in that department. What that means is, you know, it doesn't mean we're going to be getting a new striker filling in his number or anything like that. Rodrigo Moreno had the number 19 at Valencia, and of course, when it became available, when Pablo's moved on, he's made the decision to take that shirt number. We have seen as well Josh Warrington, just unrelated, but he's Leeds. He is Leeds. He knows his mural's being finished there, and he was just saying how proud he was to see that up. So I love to see that. I love Leeds as a city with all these murals. It's absolutely amazing. Watch this space, by the way, for me, giving you some content when it comes to the murals in and around Leeds in the next coming days. And just to finish, guys, as well, Rad Razani may be ending his takeover talk after he has tried to, of course, get Salernitana. I'm going to try that again for you because I keep getting hammered for this. After Rad Razani's attempt to buy Serie A side Salernitana. I gave it a go. Hopefully that's bang on. My pronunciation really needs some works. I need elocution lessons, I think, guys. But yeah, apparently Rad Razani may end the takeover talk. We know that Liotta, the Lazio chairman, has to move them on. Leeds have actually put in a new improved offer. We know that he originally had set a date and then he's given it to a trust, giving him more time to sell. And Rad Razani put in an increased bid. It's the biggest bid made by any potential suitor, but apparently it has been knocked back, and Rad Razani is close to pulling his offer off the table. Look, it's businessman chatter. I don't really know. They're playing hardball, if that's what they call it. I'm near businessman. I don't know about that stuff. But listen, I don't want Rad Razani to start buying other clubs, if I'm honest. I'm selfish. I want him to stay at Leeds, but I understand this network that he wants to build, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. Does it work with Udinese and Watford? Watford, your team? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's it for you, Daily Leeds. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There was loads in there for you. Loads to get, your teeth into. Plenty of meat on the bones. Let me know your thoughts in the comments with regard to the video. And of course, Kelechi Nwakali, give me your thoughts on him. Before you do go, like the video, comment, get your notification bell. Remember, we'll be back for some more Euro watch-alongs on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And of course, subscribe to the channel. So close to 5K. Make it happen. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.